I'm here with Dr. Spencer Gerard. Dr. Gerard, please tell me a little bit about yourself.
I went to Columbus College back in the 60s. Graduated once in 68, once in 70, once in 78. I've gotten 4 degrees from there. I've been teaching back at Columbus State for 19 years. I teach in the College of Education, and I also run the Hammer Project, which is where we are today.
And what's your favorite thing about being a part of CSU?
I really like working for a university that's a teaching university rather than a research university. My favorite thing is to be in class. I really like I like students, and I like teaching. That's my favorite thing that I ever do.
And tell me about this community service project, If I Had a Hammer.
If I Had a Hammer was started about 20 years ago by a man named Perry Wilson from Tennessee. This project now is in over 100 cities, has probably had more than 400,000 students come to it. Our project here in Columbus started this past fall. We've already built the house about 26 times. We expect to build it about another 12 or 13 times this spring. We ask schools to sign up to come down for Hammer. We normally have about 25 fifth graders from a class at elementary schools, and then they come down. They are broken into 4 teams. We have the yellow team, the red team, the green team, and the blue team. They all get bracelets. They also get all these T-shirts. Every student gets a T-shirt. They're also given goggles for eye protection. Safety is a really big, important thing with what we do here at Hammer. We talk about eye safety, we talk about tool safety, and we talk about ladder safety. One of the major objectives of this is team building and communications. Another major part of this is the math component. We teach, we do measurement, we do area, we do spacing, we measure, we look at triangulation, we look at the physics of lumber, how it is stronger in one direction than it is in the other. We actually build this little house. It ends up being 11 by 8 feet. It's a freestanding house, and the children then get to go into the house. At the end of the program, we have a large picture of everybody. But this is a tremendous project. Most of the kids really like it. They love working with the tools. They love working with the heavy equipment, the heavy wall sections and other parts of the house. They find it quite interesting, and they love coming down here.
Now, I'm loving this mural. Please tell me who painted this.
We have 3 students from the Columbus State Art Department who come over here and are painting these murals for us. They take the same colors that we use on the Hammer Project, and they are good primary colors. And if you'll take some pictures of all these murals, they're quite fascinating. We've given them no direction. We've given them complete carte blanche to do what they want, and we've just been tickled to death with the progress so far. They've done a wonderful job, and I'll be glad to show you the rest of all the things that go on with this project.
Why do you feel it's important for students to become a part of community service?
I believe that community service is paying back the rent that we have for being here. And I really do advocate this. All my students have community service hours to do. I think it's a tremendous deal. It also helps the community. It helps us because in doing, we get outside of ourselves and we're doing for other people.
How can students volunteer if they're interested?
Students at Columbus State University may contact me in the College of Education. It's just Gerard_Spencer at columbusstate.edu. Or they may contact Laurel Bennett. We welcome them to come down here. We will teach them. They go through the same training the kids do, but they also participate and help us maintain a safe atmosphere in which the students may work.
Thank you so much. Be the change you want to be in the world and give back to your community. Community service can involve cleaning parks to mentoring youth. By performing community service, you may gain leadership skills and motivational abilities. Let's Move is an organization that gives back to the community by giving it to students. If you are interested in community service hours, you may contact Tashika Aldolfi at letsmove@gmail.com. I'm Jasmine Jones, reminding you that by performing community service, all you need is an open heart and the will to make a difference. Hello and welcome to the February 28th edition of Columbus State Television News. I'm Jasmine Jones. In the local news, Georgia House Bill 179 is set to go before a full House vote this coming Thursday, March 3rd. This bill centers around the rights of Columbus to plant trees and then have those trees protected. Currently, any tree planted by the government, either local or federal, is protected from being cut down. This new bill allows any tree to be cut unless it is 75 years old or the person cutting it has a permit. The Outdoor Advertising Association of Georgia has pushed for the approval of this bill, allowing companies to post new billboards and cut down any trees blocking the view of billboards. They believe it will help boost the economy and promote local businesses. America's last World War I veteran, Frank Buckles, died aged 110. Mr. Buckles, who celebrated his 110th birthday on February 1st, lied about his age to join the U.S. Army at age 16. The Missouri native was among nearly 5 million Americans who served in the World War I in 1917 and 1918. In 1941, while working as a civilian in Manila, he captured by the invading Japanese and held prisoner for 38 months during World War II. It has been reported by the Dayton Business Journal that car sales are increasing 20% since February 2010 and 14% since January of this year. This report indicates that the car manufacturing industry is on its way to recovery, but in the bigger scheme of things, consumer lending has started to improve and become less restrictive. For only the second time in history, the price of a barrel of crude oil has exceeded $100. Gas prices went up 4% last week, making the national average $3.29 per gallon. Unfortunately, experts expect the prices to continue to go up. Johnson & Johnson is recalling 600,000 packages of Sudafed 24-hour tablets. Nothing is wrong with the product itself, but a typo was found in the directions on the outside packaging. It reads, "Do not divide, crush, chew, or dissolve the tablet." The directions on the inside package are printed correctly. The British Heart Foundation has concluded a 30-year study assessing the effects of education on a person's blood pressure. Both men and women were used, totaling 3,890 people. On average, women with a lower education showed a blood pressure 3.26 mmHg higher than women with higher education. In men, it was a 2.26 mmHg difference. If you missed it, the Academy Awards were on Sunday night, and you might be surprised by who won. Melissa Leo and Christian Bale took home the Best Supporting Actor and Actress awards for the movie The Fighter. Best Actress went to Natalie Portman for Black Swan. The King's Speech took home Best Picture with its star Colin Firth taking home Best Actor. And now to Travis McCall for sports.
Just a quick recap of what's going on with CSU athletics this past week. On the hardwood, men's basketball finished their season at 11-15 in Coach Robert Moore's first season, losing a heartbreaker on Saturday in their regular season finale against Montevallo, 62-60, just missing out on a conference tourney berth. On the women's side, the women finished at 15-11 and clinched a spot in the Peach Belt tournament and will take on Georgia College on Wednesday in Milledgeville in the first round. On the diamond, baseball went 4-0 this past week, with wins over Albany State and a 3-game sweep of Delta State over the weekend. Baseball is now 10-4 on the year and have won 5 straight games. Softball is now 17-3 on the year, has a 10-game winning streak, including an 8-0 record this past week with 6 wins coming over the weekend. Moving along to track and field, they opened their spring 2011 season with wins at the Andonica Relays. Great performance by both track teams at that event. Moving to men's and women's tennis, men's tennis is 4-1 on the season and 0-1 in conference, with their only loss coming to number 17 Flagler this past week. On the women's side, women are undefeated at 6-0 and 3-0 in conference and have 3 wins over nationally ranked teams. Both tennis teams are ranked nationally, with the women being ranked number 11 in the country and the men number 9 in the land. Great start so far for all spring sports. A quick recap, that's all that's been going on. Look forward to the show coming up. We've got a great show planned for you.
This is Kenneth Grant with your weekly weather update. The entire week on campus, it's pretty much going to look like this for your midterms. It's mostly sunny skies with some clouds in the area. So let's look at the forecast. On Tuesday, we're going to have bright sunny skies, high of 69 and low of 41. Then on Wednesday, we'll come to school with a mostly sunny sky again with a high of 71 and a low of 43. On Thursday, we're going to have partly cloudy skies, high of 71 and a low of 50. Mostly cloudy skies are in the forecast for Friday with a high of 68 and a low of 51. Then as you start your spring break on Saturday, high is going to be 75 with mostly cloudy skies and a low of 50 degrees. Then on Sunday, high is 62 and a low of 40. And then on Monday, as you really start to kick into your spring break, it's going to be very sunny for those of you going to the beach with a high of 64 and a low of 41 degrees. I hope you guys be safe, and I wish you guys a wonderful week and a wonderful spring break.
Let's take a look at events happening here on campus for the week of February 28, 2011. Monday marked the beginning of Phi Beta Sigma Week. Support the Sigmas on Tuesday, March 1st, as they host their clothing drive in the game room of Davidson from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. The Fort Benning Conference will be held on Wednesday, March the 2nd, beginning at 8 o'clock a.m. in room 148 of the Cunningham Center. This event begins on Wednesday and will conclude on Friday, March the 4th at 4 o'clock p.m. The contact for this event is Miss Susan Berry. Interested in studying abroad? Now is the time to start planning. Visit the Study Abroad information table in the second floor lobby of CCT from 9 o'clock a.m. to 2 o'clock p.m. Interested students will be able to pick up materials and speak with other students who have participated in this program. A memorial service for Dr. Bill Chappell will be held on Wednesday, March the 2nd at 1 o'clock p.m. in room 202 of the Student Recreation Center. Dr. Chappell served as a political science professor here at Columbus State University and was greatly appreciated by all who knew him. Come out and support the CSU baseball team as they take on West Georgia at home on Wednesday, March the 2nd at 4 o'clock p.m. at CSU's own Ragsdale Field. The Brooklyn Riders String Quartet will be performing on Wednesday, March the 2nd at 7:30 p.m. at the River Center for the Performing Arts and Legacy Hall. Tickets for this event are available through the River Center box office. Continuing with Phi Beta Sigma Week, the Sigmas will be hosting their barbecue on Thursday, March 3rd from 12 o'clock p.m. to 3 o'clock p.m. at the Clock Tower. The biweekly Student Government Association meeting will be held on Thursday, March the 3rd at 12:30 p.m. in the multipurpose room of the Student Recreation Center. On Thursday, March 3rd, our very own Dr. AJ will be presenting his lecture on the impact of real estate agents on house prices near environmental disamenities. Last week, we had a chance to speak with Dr. AJ about his lecture as he provided us with more insight of what we would expect to hear at this event. This lecture is based off of one of a series of papers that Dr. AJ has written as he prepares for his dissertation. He is currently a professor of micro and macroeconomics here at CSU. This event will be held at 12:30 p.m. in Lenore Hall. The ILC Reading Circle will be held on Thursday, March the 3rd at 12:30 p.m. in the Center for International Education. The CSU Jazz Ensemble will be performing on Thursday, March the 3rd at 7:30 p.m. at the River Center for the Performing Arts and Legacy Hall. The Baptist Collegiate Ministry will be holding its First Friday event on March 4th. Come by the lobby in Howard Hall to pick up a free Chick-fil-A biscuit from 8:30 to 9:30 a.m. The Georgia High School Basketball Tournament begins on Friday, March 4th at 9 o'clock a.m. in the Lumpkin Center. This event will conclude at 10 o'clock p.m. on Saturday, March 5th. The Columbus Audubon Society, Lynn Haven Garden Club, and Oxbow Meadows will be hosting a presentation on the Gulf oil spill at Columbus State University's Stanley Hall in room 209A at 10 o'clock a.m. on Saturday, March 5th. This program, led by Auburn University professors, will highlight their research on the environmental impact from the spill. Come support the men's tennis team as they take on Samford on Saturday at 10 o'clock a.m. here at the CSU tennis courts. The CSU baseball team is on the road this weekend as they play their conference games versus Augusta State on Saturday the 5th at 1 and 4 o'clock p.m. and again on Sunday the 6th at 1 o'clock p.m. To finish up your weekend, be sure to come out and support the men and women's tennis teams on Sunday, March the 6th as they take on North Georgia beginning at 1 o'clock p.m. here at CSU. Remember, students, that Monday, March the 7th marks the beginning of Columbus State University spring break. Classes and all normal office hours will resume on Monday, March the 14th. The staff of Columbus State TV would like to wish everyone a safe and happy spring break. For news and events happening here on campus, I'm Caitlin Cross. Back to you, Jasmine.
Thank you for watching this edition of Columbus State Television News. For our team at CSU TV, thank you and good luck on your midterms.